Why are all sugars carbohydrates but not all carbohydrates are sugar? That is, all sugar are carbohydrates but all carbohydrates are not sugar. Okay, so what is the condition to be carbohydrates and what is the condition to be sugar? You have to keep in mind this. So let me tell you the condition to be carbohydrates, and this is the general formula of carbohydrate. Look, CH2O and here n, the number of n can be any number. This is the general formula. So to be carbohydrate, we have anyone have to be a general formula like this. In this formula, the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen is 2:1. This must be followed. And though there are some exception. Now you have to have knowledge about classification of carbohydrate. Carbohydrates are mainly four kinds: monosaccharides, disaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. These, look, now you need to know the condition to be sugars. To be to be a sugar, carbohydrate must be soluble in water, and carbohydrate must be a sweet taste, right? So from the now come to the classification. These monosaccharides, that is monosaccharides carbohydrate and disaccharide carbohydrates, taste sweet, plus they dissolve in water, right? So this monosaccharide and disaccharide. Monosaccharide means glucose, fructose, galactose, and disaccharide means lactose, maltose, sucrose. These two type of carbohydrate, monosaccharide and disaccharide, are called sugar because they taste sweet and soluble in water. But these type of carbohydrate, oligosaccharide and polysaccharide. In polysaccharide, we get starch, glycogen, then cellulose. These type of polysaccharide are not soluble in water, plus they don't taste sweet. So polysaccharide are not sugars, right? So already I have proved that all sugar, monosaccharide and disaccharide, also sugar are carbohydrate, but not all carbohydrate like polysaccharide are not sugar because they don't dissolve in water, don't have sweet taste. Let me give you a specific example so that you can understand it. Sugars are a specific type of carbohydrate that has a sweet taste. They are the simplest carbohydrate, also known as monosaccharide and disaccharide. Example of sugars include glucose, fructose, sucrose, and lactose. Condition to be a sugar: monosaccharide or disaccharide must be monosaccharide, disaccharide, soluble in water, and have a sweet taste. Okay, prove that all sugars are carbohydrate, but not all carbohydrates are sugar. Monosaccharide and disaccharide. All sugar are either monosaccharides or disaccharide. This means that all sugar are a type of carbohydrate, complex carbohydrate. There are many complex carbohydrates such as starches and fibers that are not sugars. These complex carbohydrates are not sweet and not soluble in water. Right? Here is a specific example. Glucose is a monosaccharide and a sugar. It is soluble in water, has a sweet taste. On the other hand, cellulose is a polysaccharide but not a sugar. It is insoluble in water and doesn't have a sweet taste.